Farm News Media presents Farm News 5.
The Trump administration's proposed budget calls for big cuts to the USDA. Beef exports to China may open new opportunities for Michigan producers. And Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz has your market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
The Trump administration unveiled its proposed budget Tuesday. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue says tough times may be ahead for the USDA.
There's no sugarcoating what we will face. USDA will likely see a significant reduction in funding by the time this process is complete.
The budget proposal calls for an almost 21% cut to the USDA, with Farm Bill spending, conservation programs, and crop insurance all under the knife. American Farm Bureau Federation President Zippy Duvall said the budget proposal fails agriculture. But he says AFBF remains committed to working with House and Senate committees throughout the budget process to protect programs critical to rural America. When using auto-steer technology on farm equipment, Consumers Energy is reminding farmers to keep an eye out for overhead power lines or other large objects that can get in their path. Any collision between farm equipment and power lines could cause extensive damage to the equipment or cause severe injury to the operator. Consumers is asking farmers not to rely totally on auto-steer and let their eyes and ears be their guide during planting. The Farm Bureau Cab Cam is back. Michigan Farm Bureau's Tim Rogers is in the cab with Eric Voisinette.
We're in DeWitt Township today, planting soybeans and some last year's corn stalks that we disked up. I farm with my father and my brother, about 3,000 acres of cash crops. Planting with our 36-row 20-inch DB bar today. We plant corn and soybeans with it, so we're all 20-inch. And we're slipping between the rains today. I think we got about 1,800, 1,900 planted and about another 900 to 1,000 to go. So we're in the home stretch. Soybeans seem to go on the ground a little quicker than corn, so a couple days we'll have it wrapped up if Mother Nature holds off.
And you can catch more from the inaugural 2017 Cab Cam on Michigan Farm Bureau's YouTube page. Farmers have a few more weeks to submit applications for 2017 conservation funding. Financial assistance is available to help with the cost of implementing a variety of conservation practices in designated watersheds. Statewide funding is also available for honeybee pollinator habitat. Applications are due June 16th. To find out if your land is eligible for conservation assistance, contact your local USDA service center.
Yep, we cover Michigan, from sandbars to sand dunes, cider mills to skiing hills, and farm towns to downtowns. We cover up north, and yep, we know exactly where that is. Yep, we cover Michigan because we're Michigan's insurance company.
After a 13-year hiatus, United States beef exports could head to China by midsummer. Michigan Cattlemen's Association Executive Vice President George Quackenbush says when exports begin, Michigan beef may look more attractive because the state has had a traceability system in place since 2008.
The negotiations are still ongoing as far as the specifics of what types of beef and what will be required for the beef that gets exported to China. But Michigan's really at the forefront of the traceability discussion, and so we are hopeful that that will yield good things for our producers here in the state.
The last round of technical negotiations are underway, and exports will begin as soon as an agreement is signed, which could be as early as mid-June. Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz joins me now with our market update.
Thanks, Janelle. Corn, wheat, and soybeans have been range-bound this week. Excitement from the latest Brazilian political scandal last week has died down as the real and U.S. dollar seem to be stabilizing. Monday's USDA crop condition report wasn't much of a shakeup, with about average corn and soybean planting progress as well as emergence. A mixed bag of forecasts for the Midwest will inspire some choppy trade going forward. New crop futures remain largely depressed, with corn decidedly sideways, soybeans just off 8-month lows, and wheat near contract lows. However, managed funds, or in other words speculators, have built up a record short in ag commodities. Those shorts will have to be bought back at some point, and as we've seen in the past, this group is capable of spurring quick rallies. Bulls will point out that there is plenty of time for a weather event to spark such a move. For more information, go to mishag.com. For Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.